Let's continue this discussion with Mick Mulvaney, who was the acting White House chief of staff for President Trump, and also Chris Hahn, who was a senior aide to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Both are our NewsNation political contributors. Gentlemen, happy Monday. It's good to see you. Mick, let me start with you on this one. It remains unclear how many Republicans would actually support Gaetz's effort to remove McCarthy and take that gavel from him. You know many of the main players here. What kind of jockeying likely is going on behind the scenes right now?
Well, Gaetz sort of laid his cards on the table over the weekend when he said he would file the motion this week. So I think he sort of has to do that, keeping in mind, and this is getting way deep inside baseball, filing the motion and actually bringing it up for a vote are two different things. So Matt could, in theory, file the motion but not bring it to a vote. But everyone I talk to says he's trying to work on some Republicans and even some Democrats to oppose McCarthy and to support someone else for Speaker. I'm also hearing he's not having any luck in that endeavor. Keep in mind, it might be easy to remove a Speaker. It's really hard to get somebody else elected to the position. And that's what I think Kevin McCarthy has in his back pocket that not nearly enough people recognize. No one else wants this job right now because of the environment in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I don't envy his position or any of theirs for that matter. Chris, let me bring you in on this one. You know, when Mick is talking about Gaetz turning to Democrats, for this move. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi said Gaetz has no sway in the House. Are some Democrats concerned that if they were to go along with Gaetz, that would set a precedent that just a handful of lawmakers could remove a speaker with the minority party's help and create a new level of gridlock here?
I don't think Democrats want to create chaos in Washington right now. I think Matt Gaetz is a chaos agent. That said, if he's successful in bringing a motion to vacate to the floor, and again, it's very different between filing and bringing the actual motion, I don't expect Kevin McCarthy to get any support from Democrats. The Republicans need to work out their leadership battle on their own. And if Kevin McCarthy falls, I think Hakeem Jeffries would make a fantastic Speaker of the House. And I think that the members of the Problem Solvers Caucus should cross the aisle and support him and solve the problem of the chaos that the Republicans' control of the House of Representatives have been bringing on this country right now. I think we got to get a budget passed. We got to get a spending plan passed. We've got to move on from this nonsense. And there are members in the Republican caucus who want to govern. Clearly, Kevin McCarthy is a weak leader, and it is time for them to consider siding with the Democrats and bringing Hakeem Jeffries to the leadership position.
Mick, I saw you chuckle there. I got to know your thoughts. And also, what's Gaetz's endgame here? Who does he want as Speaker of the House?
Gaetz, probably himself. Gaetz's endgame here is to be either the governor of Florida or the president of the United States. I'm not making that up, by the way. That's what a lot of this is about. To Chris's point, he and I have talked about this a good bit. There might, under certain circumstances, be some interest in a sort of a compromise speaker with the centers of both parties coming together. That would never be Hakeem Jeffries. You would never see any of the Republicans vote for the Democrat leader. If there's going to be a so-called coalition government, and I think it's very, very rare that unlikely that would happen, it would not be Hakeem Jeffries. If the Republicans don't get their leader, the Democrats don't get their leader, they would end up picking a compromise candidate. But again, I think we're a long way from that.
Yeah, and just a follow-up, quickly, Mick. We heard reports that Speaker McCarthy, Gaetz blew up at each other in a closed-door meeting last, I think it was Thursday. Gaetz accusing McCarthy of being involved in a paid social media campaign against him. Is that common in negotiations, or are these kinds of in-party tensions unprecedented? I mean, are we embarrassed by this? Are you embarrassed by it?
In-party tensions are nothing unusual. Keep in mind, we're a country of 350 million people with only 2 political parties, so you're going to get differing opinions on a bunch of things within parties. What you're seeing out of Matt Gaetz is highly unusual. Keep in mind, he's going through an ethics investigation right now. There's even discussion, Markie, at the end of this, of bringing a vote to expel him from Congress if the ethics investigation goes against him. This is highly unusual. Even when I started the Freedom Caucus, we didn't take it to this level of comedy, for sad comedy, for lack of a better word. So no, this is not normal, and hopefully it won't go on much longer.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.